Hi, it's Jacob Brawley here with Front Page MMA. I'm here talking to Michael Parkin, who will be competing next month at Cage Steel 25. Michael, you're back in action after a long layoff. How's the time off been treating you? Are you looking forward to getting back in the cage?
Yeah, kind of wait now. Obviously, at first lockdown was really hard. I don't think like anyone was training for the first couple of weeks. I maybe didn't train at all for like 68 weeks. Then I managed to get like a little unit of training, just start doing little bits. And then obviously it shows I was lucky at my gym with a few like high level pros there. So we were out to train, like big fairly fights in KSW. So he had a few title fights. So I've been able to train non-stop with him really. So it's been good.
Yeah, good training partner to have there.
Yeah,
Uh,
amazing.
as far as heavyweight go, it looks like you've built up a really impressive amateur career with 7 fights, no losses. Do you think your experience in the amateurs will sort of set you up for a really good pro career moving forward?
Yeah, definitely. I always want to have a lot of amateur fights. It's hard because most pros, I mean, most heavyweights go pro straight away. There's like they're older, there's not as many, but it was all right getting fights. That was easy, but it's been harder pro really. I've managed to get a fight here on Cage Steel, but I've had loads of pullouts and like there's just not many of them, like heavyweights about. So I just need to like fight whatever I can get really.
And I've seen that you've also taken a good few kickboxing fights, and obviously you're involved in jiu-jitsu as well, having a purple belt. Do you think that cross training really helps you as more of a well-rounded fighter?
Yeah, definitely. I actually started kickboxing first. I think I had a started training when I was like 15. And when I got to about 19, I fancied a fight. Just didn't know why, just interest really. I had one, then got like the book for it. I think I had about 10 kickboxing fights, something like that. Yeah, I think I had about 10, maybe 11 or 12, something like that, kickboxing. Then I had about 3 or 4, then had a MMA fight. Then just started training, just whatever I could take really, just to keep busy.
hmm And I've also seen that you're jumping around a bit. I've seen that you've trained at Coban in Liverpool and Scottish Hit Squad up here with
Yeah.
Paul Craig. And as I mentioned, you train, or as you mentioned, you trained here with Phil. Do you think training with all these high level guys, does it give you the confidence to know that you can hang in there with them and down the road you'll be ready when you get to the big shows?
Yeah, definitely. It's amazing. Like I remember like Paul first coming down to me gym, like and sparring with them, and like I fussed you like these guys are like fighting the UFC and that. It's like amazing. But even to spar with them, like I feel like I've got a good mix. Like Phil's a good wrestler, heavy on top. Paul's more of a grappler, which obviously down Cowbon, the majority of them are really good strikers. So I'm getting like a good mix being able to travel. Like I've just got back from Liverpool yesterday. That was hard, training hard down there. Like it was so hard. Then next week I'm looking to go up to Scotland again with Phil. Me and Phil are going to go up to train with Paul. So I'm getting like a mixture of everything really. It's good to talk to the guys as well. Because obviously partner there, Tom Aspinall down in Liverpool, and he was like saying, "Oh, Mick, I had the same thing. I was going like a year without a fight. It's just so hard for heavyweights." And Cage Warriors sort of built us up. I managed to get 2 fights and get the UFC because he just says, "Oh, just keep believing in yourself and just keep training. You're only going to get better." So it's nice to talk to guys like that who had the same problem.
Yeah, good guy to be getting advice from now, looking at
Yeah,
him in the
definitely.
UFC. In that sense, where do you see yourself in 4 or 5 years? Do you see yourself in Cage Warriors or even UFC by then? Is that your goals?
Hopefully, at the minute, I just would take anything with it just being so hard, just to any the bigger shows. But it's like the point now where I'm like, I've had one pro fight, so I'm 1-0. I think I'm a pretty tricky fight for people who have maybe like 6 or 7 fights. And because I'm not one of the fighters, because I've only had one fight, and I'm like a fight that they could get beat off. So some of the higher guys is probably saying no, which I could understand. Then the low level of guys are trying to build themselves as well, so they don't want to fight this. So it's been pretty hard, really. So I think it's literally a case of just see how it goes, just literally just fight and just stay as active as possible. Like I said, I've lost like a year and a half now, maybe a little bit longer. So it's just getting back into it, to try and get as many fights in as possible.
So we're looking to be active moving forward then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
for sure. And obviously, this fight, while it'll be nice to get back in, it's going to be a bit different without the crowd. Are you looking forward to a new experience, a different experience, I suppose?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I've never thought about that, yeah, but you're right. No crowd. But to be honest, obviously, I hear them before when you go in once the cage doors, like you don't really hear them anywhere. But probably better hear me coach a bit better, so that'd be good. But like to fight on it, just get back in the cage will be good enough.
Yeah, and I saw that like I said earlier, you've taken a couple kickboxing fights. If those opportunities come your way, do you reckon you'll take a couple more, or are you looking towards MMA now?
I was concentrating MMA, but obviously if I got the point where I couldn't have any fights, I probably would look to do it again. But I'm definitely trying to get more towards MMA now. It's like that's what I train really. But never say never. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm looking
for
to do
sure.
maybe more jiu-jitsu competitions when they start up. So I've never gotten the jiu-jitsu competition. I don't know why, but then I did one. Well, before lockdown happened, and actually really enjoyed it. So I think I'm gonna try and do more jiu-jitsu comps as well when they start again.